Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. As we are letting some attendees get in, we're going to wait just 1 minute listening to some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best app in town. Let me tell you why, so you can wear the crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. Give your customers that personalized fame. Customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. The possibilities, there's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between, your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, welcome all just joining in. We are ready to get started. Welcome all to this new live session of Customily, the last of June and coming up a lot more in July. So always happy to have you all here. So for those who don't know me, my name is Josema. I'm going to be your host today, but I'm not alone on this project. Backstage and also on stage, we have Cecilia and Ezequiel, who are attending the chat and participating, sharing with us a lot of new ideas and trending designs. So I'm really happy to have them all on the team and also joining me on stage in this new season of live sessions. Today, we have a very interesting team topic to go over with you. We're going to be covering some ideas for summer season, trending designs, and great ideas for products and for possible designs on those products. And also we're going to learn how to create product bases with multiple print files. Of course, there's always time for Q&A. So keep asking questions along the way on the chat. As much as we can, we're going to be answering them on the chat. Some questions I may answer them live on the presentation. And always at the end, we put together some other questions that you are popping in along the way. Okay, so without further delaying this, I'm going to open stage and invite Ezequiel to tell you all about the summer season and the great ideas we have for designs on this summer.
Hi everyone, hi Jose.
Hello, Ezequiel.
How's everyone doing? Okay, well, good news. We have two good news today. The first one, at least for me, is that Messi won yesterday, so I'm very happy about that. But the second good news is that it's summer season. Summer is here with us. And with summer come a lot of new designs and products and trending designs that we can start selling right now. So let's start with that. First of all, the most common product for summer is the towel, the beach towel. And we can start designing, we can start creating very easy and fast a new design like this. I have been seeing this in Etsy a lot. And it's really easy because we can find these elements like the flowers and the background on Canva. And just adding a nice font for the name, and we can personalize it very, very fast. We can be selling this today. So it's really a really nice product. And well, if you are on vacation, if you are in summer, you need the beach towel. So I would like to buy some of this.
And thinking on the quick design of the custom name, you always can add more flowers, right? So you don't have to stick with those flowers in particular.
Oh, you can even use a dynamic image and let your customers change the background, different flowers, different colors, different background. It's really, really nice and easy to create. And then, well, another very common product all year round, but on summer, is more common, the t-shirt. But this design is nice because we can see here that we have a lot of personalization. You have the place. I don't know if people go to Alaska in summer. I have never been there, but this example has the Alaska here. But you can let your customers personalize the place, the family name, the year or the date, and even this image. You can use the dynamic image here and let your customers choose from a beach landscape, a mountain landscape, a lake, a cruise, whatever you can think of. It's very nice and easy to personalize.
And if
And
you are looking to offer multiple colors for the t-shirt, of course, you don't want a white text on the white t-shirt. So instead of images, always you have the chance to have vectors, EPS files. So those icons with the palm trees and the sun and the circle, if they are vectors, they will be able to change colors. So that's also very interesting. So you don't have to limit yourself to darker t-shirt colors for the white design. It's also very useful to keep in mind that if we have vectors, we can keep changing colors and make it even more personalizable.
that's true. And now you said it, you probably have some questions about that later. Well, then the tumblers. I love this product. You can carry it on with your tumbler everywhere you go, so it's really common. And the summer design. This one is really colorful. I have been seeing it on Etsy a lot, and it's easy to personalize because just have to add the text box for the name, but you can also use different dynamic images for the background. So here we are seeing flip-flops, leaves, flowers, a coconut, but we can use different images for the background and let them choose on the one they like and create a very flexible design for your customers. And then is my favorite. I love this tote bag. I recommend you to look for a really big tote bag for the summer, like the one you can go to the beach with, like the weekender tote bag. I mean, but this design is really, you have a lot of personalization here, and you can get creative here because you can use different backgrounds. I know we have like flowers and leaves here, but if you create like a Harry Potter collection book, I will probably buy that. You can use like wizarding kind of elements for the background. And if you create another thing like Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, if you are watching it, you can use elements related to that. And then you can let your customers personalize the different titles of the books, the colors, the elements that the books have. So it's really personalizable and it's not that hard to create. I know it seems a lot, but it's really easy. And I think we can make then a video for YouTube to
It's
explain it to you.
it's pretty much text inputs, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, but there are a lot of elements, and if
Mhm.
the you have to think about the size of the text and everything. But
The
it's a
fonts,
nice
yeah.
design. It's a
Mm.
nice design to create. And then, well, if you think of summer, you think mainly of outdoors activities. One of those outdoors activities is camping. So let's talk a little bit about camping. If you go to Etsy, you will find a lot of things, a lot of products, a lot of designs, mostly personalizable for camping. So it's a really good niche right now. And first of all, the camping mug is like you will be seeing everywhere. This product it's very easy to create. It's just go to Canva, look for this kind of a landscape in like a drawing or line drawing, and you just add a title and a good font for the name, and you have a really good mug. And you can use different titles here too. Here it says adventure mug, but you can think about camping mug, fishing mug, or any other thing. Well,
Change
I
the
don't
icon,
know.
right?
Yeah. Do you like camping, Jose?
Well, probably it's been 30 years since the last time I camped, so I don't remember if I liked that time. Yeah,
Yeah. When you were a kid.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Blurry memories. Sorry.
I don't like it, but it's a good niche for selling. Well, then, if you like barbecues, it's a really common product is the cutting board.
That I
You
like.
can,
Yeah.
yeah. Me too, me too. And it's very easy to personalize. You can find this kind of designs in Canva and just add in a good font for the text box to put the name, and you have a product ready to sell. And a thing that I have been seeing a lot in Etsy is this kind of doormat for the RV. I know that a lot of families and group of friends like to go on a trip uh, in an RV, and I think these doormats is like feeling more at home even when you are traveling. So it's a nice product, and with simple design, you just add the family names or the name of each member of the family, and you are just ready to sell a personalized product. And there are a lot of good designs I have been seeing, even with pictures or clip art. There are a lot of these doormats out there, so it's a very nice product.
Mm.
And the last one is the metal sign. um, I have been seeing it for camping, mostly for the campsite. And the good thing about this product is that it comes in a lot of shapes and a lot of different designs, mostly with this kind of landscapes. But it's nice to personalize because it's easy. You just add a title and let your customers put their names or the last name of the family or the name of the place, could be too, and you just have it. So camping is a good niche right now. I recommend you to take advantage of it. But I think it's better if we go to the topic of this live session and talk a little bit about multi-print file products.
Mhm. Which could also be connected to previous examples. I mean, you're going to see now with examples as Ezequiel is going to show
Yeah.
you that it sounds a bit more technical than it actually is. Basically, these examples that we're going to show you are showing just two places in which you want to customize. That's basically the multi-print concept.
Yeah. I'm going to do something weird here, and I'm going to start with the right product. I'm not going in order right now, but I have a reason, I promise. So these apparel bundles for families, I already talked you about the T-shirt, the vacation, the family vacation or holidays T-shirt. This is a good example for the apparel bundles because you can create the T-shirt for the whole members of the family and just let they personalize the name of each member, and you have a very nice product for the whole family in a multi-print file. So this example is good for that. And when you talk about multi-print files, you can think about any kind of apparel that has like, well, these sweaters, but you can think of hoodies or even t-shirts or sweatshirts, and you can print the front, the back, the sleeves, even you can print the neck in some products. And the good thing here is that you can create a unique and one of a kind design that no one else has, because you can think of a design that completes itself with the different parts. So you get creative. Um, this is where you can stand out from the competition.
Mm.
And well, we are starting the back to school season. It's soon, but it's a good moment to start. So the labels, the back to school labels, is a common multi-print file product because you just add different elements and let your customers put the name of their kids, and you have a whole group of labels ready to sell. It's really nice to have this in your store.
Mhm.
And uh, I'm going to talk about the invitation cards right now because Jose is going to show you an example uh, for this kind of product. This is one of the most personalized products you can see because you have a lot of different text box and elements you can let your customer personalize. Not just the names. You can think about wedding invitations, birthday invitations, anniversaries, and of course holidays like Christmas or Halloween. But this kind of product you can sell it all year round, so it's nice to have it. And
Mhm.
well, you can personalize the name, the date, the elements that you have. Here you have a heart. We can let your customers change the color or the shape that they're going to use, and other text box that, depending on the event, will they will have. Jose, I think I can let you start with your with your lesson. I've talked a lot today.
No, it's okay. Actually, I was taking notes on how you cover these products because it's very important to understand that when we talk about mugs at the very beginning of this
Yeah.
season, we talk about having multiple designs in a single print file. The mug, for example, would have a single print file because it was a wraparound, but you could put two designs, right? So one on the front, one on the back. These product ideas, especially meant if you check some POD products, you will see that some print-on-demand providers have products that can be printed on the front, on the back, on the chest, on the sleeve, or even on the tag, on the neck, like Ezekiel said. Um, but of course, those are limited products that depends entirely on how they are they fulfill and they work. But they actually work with multi-print kind of files. In the case you're crafting your own product, right, which is the essence of the product base, then you have full control of this. And you can establish products that will have the front and the sleeve, right? So your designs can be combined into those things and change according to seasons and to topics and to niches. In the case of the labels, for example, perhaps your product is unique as in okay, so I offer these designs, yeah, but depending on the pack or the bundle you want to sell, you probably have the labels that go on the school elements like pencils and scissors and rulers, and you have the ironing kind of labels for the clothing, and you buy both things, but you need separate files, probably because of the size, probably because of the processing of the machine. So having those two print files is something that it should be embedded on the basic information of any product base. So that's what we're going to be learning today. And while invitation cards are pretty much the same, is essentially you print one side and the other side. So in that case, you need two print files, identical on the size most likely, but different files. So the information can be all on the same product, and you can actually preview both sides at the same time, which you see there in the big card and the tag. But you're using two designs and you're printing on separate files. So to kind of summarize this, what will be a multi-print file? How would this work? Well, this is the single preview, right? So you have a preview that will present the two print areas correctly, right? In this case, we have a print area for the chest and another print area for the sleeve. But these print areas, they won't print together. They will print in different files. So we have one JPEG, PNG, or PDF file for the chest one, and another one for the sleeve. That's basically how this works. And now I'm going to show you how you can put together a product base like this.
Jose, I want
Right.
to interrupt you just a second to give a quick tip and let you let you continue. Um, Keep in mind to use different mockups for this kind of products to show your customers all the areas that you are going to personalize and that you're going to print, so they can see the big picture of the whole product and see all you are going to do with it and show the value of the product. The same goes for the tumbler. Is wrapping around the whole product. So if you show only one part of it, I thank you, Jose. If you show only this part, they are not seeing the whole product. So use a good mockup. Use different mockups to show the whole product and how you are going to print it, so they can appreciate. And now
Yeah,
it's your turn.
yeah. Unless your second print file is actually I don't know, a print only kind of version, or a second content that you don't need to show. Most likely, you're going to want to show both print files at the same time. So the mockup is essential. Like when you're bundling, having those free, those all the way to the right, having those free clothing is important, especially if you're going to be changing names as well. But even if you're repeating the same customization, the fact that you're adding another area or another file for another clothing, it's important to show that. It always comes through the eyes. So it's a very, very important observation that Ezekiel said. So I'm going to show you how to create a product base, and then we're going to create a couple of designs to put in this. Always keep in mind that when you're crafting a product base, it's because you have this idea and this plan to repeat this across multiple listings. For example, I'm going to create a card with an envelope, and that's going to be a blank product. Then I'm going to create a wedding design for a wedding invitation, and then I can create a Thanksgiving design for another kind of invitation, baby shower invitation. So it's always the same base file. It's always the same card that's going to be printing on the paper itself and on the envelope. So we need two different files with two different sizes. Okay, but that's the empty product. Then I'm going to start combining with designs, and designs will come along the year, depending on the event, depending on my market target. But as long as I always know the same size, and I just create the design, and that's it. The product is ready because I have the base file always, the product base always ready for me. So let's stop presentation, sharing screen, and jump into Customily. Right? So a couple of things I need done is have a clear idea of the sizes I need for my product base, right? If I'm going to be creating a product base, I can start from right here on the start screen, or go to the My Product Base section to overview what I have already and create new ones. I'm just going to click on Create New Product Base, and that's it. Okay, so once we start, we're going to type the name, and this is going to be the live session card and envelope, right? So doesn't have to be the wedding, doesn't have to be the baby shower. It's the empty card and the envelope. And I need to start with at least one of the two print files. I'm going to start with the card. So the card is, I already took some proportions when I was doing some testing. So I'm going to type in, this information should be on your product information when you're starting this. Remember, you are the manufacturer, the fulfillment, or you know the specifics from your local workshop. So let's create the page. And that's it. That's one of my, that's basically my print area and my product base. If I click next, I'm finishing with this process and I'm only printing this print area. So basically I'm printing the card, but I want to add another print file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button here that you see at the center top next to the resize button. This is called create file. Yeah. So a small warning in case you're working with another platform, but this is supported by Shopify and Etsy stores at the moment, right? Just in case you're working with WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Magento, Walmart, and other platforms, right? So the new file will not be exactly the same because we are going to be printing another sticker on another machine. Let's say we are printing laser for the card because it has the cardboard paper, right? Okay, the white one. But we're going to be printing on transparent stickers for the envelope, so we can just peel that off and place it, and it's going to look nice. So we need another file with another size. In this case, it's going to be the same width, but we're going to change this to 5 centimeters, right? So now you see on the layer system we have both files. One, I'm going to call this the card. File 2 will be the envelope. And each one has its own print area, right? The changes and everything is looking good. When, very important, how are we going to be printing this? Oh, PNG, okay, that's great. Let's go with PDF, right? CMYK, perfect. That's our specifications given by our fulfillment to make sure everything is ready to use. When I click next, I will still see both print areas, but I have them as different files. You recall, if you had a single file with 2 print areas, basically you're still on a single file. Right now we have 2 files, and I can see them coexisting here in the preview part. And that's the amazing part of this. Like Ezequiel said, you can preview both files, even though you're printing them separately. So as always, we're going to add a product image. I'm going to look for the product image here. So I prepared this. I had this sample, right? This is the one I started with as inspiration. And then I prepared my preview in a square format without any customization on that, right? Just like that. Then I'm going to rearrange my print areas to fit my preview. So I'm going to start with the card, right? And I'm going to shrink this. Oops, okay, I'm going to go with this later. Start with this. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to rotate this until it's aligned or close to align. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to put this slightly here and here. If everything fits perfectly, right, then we don't have to do much else. But if we want to be extra careful, we may want to extend the edges just a bit, like this, just a bit. Probably this is, we just need to rotate this. We may want to make sure everything is just a bit more and more, but we don't want this to cover anything regarding, for example, the drop shadow or anything. So we can always, or let's say this has like a texture of a recycled kind of paper, and we want to put that on top. There's always a chance for you to add a mask, and we're going to do that now. I want to first fit this, right? So this should be pretty much there, right? Yeah. Okay, right. So like that, and try to get to the edge and to the edge, right? So how do you prepare a mask? Well, mask should be edited or on an edition software, on image editor software, because, well, let me just adjust this a bit. Yeah, perfect. Because what's the trick about mask? Let me click here to add a mask. Right now, this is the object. Go to upload image. You see, when I hover this in the selection colors, you see the sky blue, and here the sky blue is covering these central areas. Why? Because these are transparent. So I took my product image, I selected the areas I want transparent, because those are the areas that have to show the future design in the final product. And in this case, I placed the part of the envelope that's going to be printed and the part of the card. And that's the mask. This ensures that whatever may go out of the designed area will be cropped to adjust. Very common when it comes to blankets, to pillows, those kind of things. I wanted to show you this, and you see how this has a transparency, right? Basically, has a hole in there in both areas, just like that. The rest is opaque. And I'm just going to fit to the canvas in here, and pretty much seems like nothing happened, but it's slightly adjusting and making sure the borders are looking beautiful, right? And that's the structure of my product base. It has a product image and a mask, creating the sandwich, basically. And between that, we have the card file and the envelope file. When I get to create a final product, I'm going to be asked to put a design on the card print area and another design on the envelope print area, right? So let's click next and save it, just like that. We are not going to be adding any other variants today, so I'm just going to keep this blank and save it. Now that we have a product base, let's think about our design. Remember, we have this business of cards, and we're going to be offering a lot of designs. And today we are focusing on wedding designs. So I went to Canva, and I just grabbed a couple of graphics and put together some designs. I made sure my workspace has the same proportion, the same size, and I put together my idea of a wedding design. It will have nature decoration on the corner. It will have a message. It will have another a final clarification, and the name of the groom, the name, one of the spouse here, and the other spouse, and here a space for the date, time, and place, right? Of course, whatever is static will be created in Canva, and the customizable fields will be created in Customily. I made two other copies with different flowers, and that's it. All I have to do is download this as PNGs, for example, and go to Customily and put this in Customily. So it's pretty fast, pretty easy to create these designs. In fact, that's the creative part that you can do far better than I. And this is the design that I created. I uploaded all 3 images I created in Canva in one single dynamic image. So I call this the select design. Basically, customers will be able to pick between the leaves, the pink flowers in position number 2, and the yellow flowers in position number 3. Then I created 3 text elements, one for the first spouse, the second spouse in here, and the date, time, place. And I put some, in this case, I didn't do that, but in this case, I put 3 fonts, right? 2, 3, right. So this will generate a font choice. That's pretty much the design I wanted to create for today, and this is ready to go. But let me go to the My Design section and create another design for the envelope. Right, let's going to call this the live session wedding envelope text. Right. As you know, as long as I have, this is going to be a single text box. So if I create a text box and I go to transform and I input the exact dimensions that I need, which are the same as the print area, in this case is 137.6 by 50, right? This is pretty much all that Customily needs to create this design correctly and ignore the entire white canvas. The reason why we always resize this workspace is to help us to visually put together our design. But if I go and select everything, this is what Customily cares about in this design, this box here. Let's resize this. 6 by 50. Okay. And then grab the text and fit to canvas. Okay, that's it. So this is our text, our custom text. We want people to type something on the envelope, right? Like a message or so, and should be customizable. One thing that I want to do is I want to offer automatic multi-line. And I don't want this to be really big compared to the space on the envelope. So probably the current size is 106 points. I'm probably going to reduce that to, I don't know, 60 points, right? So that's going to be the maximum size to type. And the minimum, let's keep it in 10, right? So that's small. No, it's pretty small. Okay, so 20 and 50, right there. So let's pick some fonts, right? Let's go to our font collection. If I'm missing something in the dropdown, just click here to upload the TTF file. It will show on our list. This is our font database. And let's go with the Engravers MT. Yeah, that's one of the fonts. The first option will be Engravers MT. The second will be Satisfaction, right? I'm remembering the ones I used for the example. And the third one is going to be Bolina, right? That. Okay. That is. So I have 3 fonts. I can type whatever I want. Let's say, well, I'm going to try this. Wait, oh. Right, so this is something you can put on the envelope, right? Control the lines, yep, like that, or not, as any point you want. So we let customers type whatever they want, and we let customers try with different fonts to see what they like, and pretty much that's the design I want to do now. Let's change this to enter the message in the envelope. Okay, like that. And we're good to go. Let's save the design. Very simple design, but we need a design as simple as it is in order to craft our listing. So maybe in the future, when you're crafting a product like this, you're probably going to keep the text, the design for the envelope text is going to always be the same design, right? Because basically you're changing the whatever message people will type, but the structure is the same. Or maybe you want to create another one with different fonts, depending on the occasion. So having the same structure with a specific kind of products is very useful to simplify the workflow in the future. Okay, so let's go to the start section now and merge these two together, these 3 together. Why? Because we have a product base and 2 designs, one for the card, another one for the envelope. So let's create a new product. This will allow us to pick from multiple PODs or our product bases, in this case. And let's filter by LS. Yeah, that one, card and envelope, right? So when I pick this, okay, there's no variants because we didn't add any particular variants. Okay, so we click next to jump to the design selection part. And we get this message. choose a design for the card print area, and then you see how things are starting to connect. I can put a Customily design, why not? Even leave this empty as no design. Could be that a specific product may not need anything on the envelope, but on the card, or on the other hand, it's an empty card, but the envelope has a message. As you can see, the product base should have all the options. And then when you use that product base to create a specific listing, you pick whatever you need for that particular listing. So let's pick from my designs and find the last one. Yeah. So this is the card, right? So we're going to use this. Now choose a design for the envelope print area. Pick from the designs. And this is the one we just created. So I'm going to click this. And wait for Customily to put things together. It's a very fast process, and you'll see how you get used to the flow. Like I said, these tools are designed for you to optimize productivity and don't repeat steps. Don't do things twice, and don't forget specifications. Product bases are an amazing tool when you are focusing on these kind of fulfillments, and they save you a lot of time, right? And perfect. We have our design ready, yeah? And we have the envelope place also. So if I were to type, for example, spouse 1 will be, right? And spouse 2, yes. Okay, right. So I can change the font, right? Like that. And put a date, which is going to be September 22. I don't know, I'm typing something. And then we jump another line. Let's say, yeah, something like that. Just to play something. And if I change this, right, I will see how the designs change. Also, we have here the entered message in the envelope. And in here, we are going to be typing, for example, okay, so Sherry and Trevor. Okay, great. And you see how it previews right there perfectly. And we can change the font, just like that. And pretty much that's it. Let me save this image. Let me change the title here. As you can see, we have been enhancing this this page to click on the quickly change the name of the product, which is very important, so we don't start getting a lot of identical products, just like that. And that's it. We can actually publish this. We are going to be printing both files, and let me show you how. Customily has a feature in which you can run a test print file. And this is very important. Sounds technical when you read the steps, but you're going to find it's pretty straightforward. Again, let's go with the with examples. Okay, and date is okay. Today, now, here. Yeah, that's great. Today, now, here. Yeah, and this is the one. Okay, great. So this is I'm just testing something, right? Again, Sherry and Trey. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click and click on inspect. This will show me this this browser interface. And Customily's feature basically what does is gets to the gives you the chance to create a specific code to run test print files. So I'm going to click on the console to paste the code. Code is unique for each user, so don't worry. It looks like this, but you don't have to get all crazy. Basically, you need to pull, this is your API from Customily. That's the important thing. The rest is fixed. And you grab everything, you copy, and you come here and you paste. And you hit enter. And now you have both print files here. So that's all you needed in the end. You needed 2 URLs to download these files independently. Let me see if they are ready. So if you click on any of these, I mean, you can grab these links and save them for later. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to run, but if you click on any of the links, it's going to open the finished product, just like this. This is ready for printing. And if I were to grab the other one, again, ready for printing. Right, so that's the advantage of having multiple print files. You can manage fulfillments in a different way. I'm going to keep now because there's a question of what if I want to import a Customily design? Let's say we have cards. Let's say we have card, right? Card designs. And let's see, we have something for jewelry box. It's not going to have the same proportions, but we are live answering questions. So we got a question about what if we use a Customily design. What if we have card designs? Well, we do have some jewelry cards that we use for a lot of necklaces in Shine-On products, right? So basically what we can do is the following. We can go to the start section and begin a new design. But instead of beginning a new design from scratch, we're going to click and start from a Customily design. So in this case, we can look for a specific category or name, or for example, when it says jewelry cards here, click there. And well, we have a lot of ideas in here, right? I will go with this, right? My favorite mother moments are with you. No, this one, Grandma's Garden, right? It's because Mother's Day has been, right? So I'm going to import this design. You see, it's a lot of designs. I even go through the other pages because these ones can actually be adjusted pretty well. Okay, and let me, okay, that's great. This is our design. Remember, if you go to select unlocked, you will grab everything. And this blue envelope is the size of the design. It doesn't matter the rest of the workspace. Now, if we want to make sure this selection we have is following the proportions of our card, let's resize this to use the workspace to our advantage. So let's click on resize and do exactly what we did before. We're going to input this, right? It's going to be smaller, right? So I'm going to grab everything and bring it here. Oh, wait, no, let me just, okay. So let me grab all this, yeah, including the, and now I'm going to shrink this and drag it here so I can put it in the right size of the card. And we're still using the Customily design, just like that. Right, so probably going to try and stick to this and to this. Yeah, okay. And I don't know, maybe center this. Yeah, that would be nice. Right, so now we have the 5 kids, the 4 kids, 3 kids, 2, 1. Perfect. There's a question on how do we make the text resizable? So if the customer wants it bigger or smaller, they can adjust it. Is it possible to lock to be centered as they can resize? Right now, customers don't have they don't have the feature or the power to, let me just double check, okay, to make sure this is bigger. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Customers don't have the chance to do something like this, to freely do this. Why? Because most of the time they will do this. They will do this, or they will do this, or maybe go like this, or like this. So we don't allow that freedom at the moment. We are having discussions on how to eventually incorporate something like you said, being locked to some positions, or be able to keep it within certain boundaries. But because we don't have that still figured out, we prefer that if you want this to be resized, make sure your box is big, your maximum size is big, and it will start to go smaller if you reach the limit of characters. For example, right now we have 150 to be the maximum size and 1 to be the minimum. So if I start typing, yeah, like this, eventually I will reach the end of the box and I will start to go down, small, right? Until I hit 1, which is very small. But if I were to start with A, right? So A is pretty small here. But if I start to reduce this, A will go bigger and bigger and bigger. How big? Well, basically as big as the box allows me to, 27. So if my box is taller, I'll be able to fit a bit more of characters like that, right? You see, so it could be bigger. You can establish the maximum size and the minimum size and let Customily resize the text depending on the content. But customers don't have yet that ability with complete freedom, okay? Let's say we're going to save this design. I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to do exactly what we did before. We're going to grab the same product base and we're going to create a new listing using the same wedding envelope part, but we're going to use the new design. So let me click on Start. Let me, okay, create new product base. Card and envelope. And now we're going to, okay, no variants to be picked. Let's click on the card print area first. Card print area will have this one, Groundsman's Garden. And the envelope print area, we can have it no design, yeah, or we can have it pick from your design. Again, find the last page and pick this. And that's it. It's the same process with the advantage that we started with a Customily design, and we fit it and adjusted to our needed proportions, right? We maybe took away, I don't know, the 5 option or added the 6 option. That's entirely up to you. Starting with Customily designs is a great way to break that first mind blocking when you're starting with an empty canvas. So this is the new product. Remember, we have the message in the envelope and we have the layout. That's the grandma. And let's say, okay, so 1 kid, this flower, and the kid is going to be perfect. And if we have 5 kids, right, it's going to have the first kid, then we have the second kid, the third kid, fourth, and the 5th. Everything within. And of course, always we can type for, or well, from your, I don't know, something like this. And that's the card. As simple as that. Let me put this ls grandma card and envelope. Yeah. Let's keep it as a, let me save this as the image, and we can preview this even as a draft. Let me just take it to the back end. As you can see, when you combine two designs in the same product, there's only one template, of course, right? One template with two print files, but there are two option sets: one for the card design, and another one for the envelope part. Still, they work as one, so you never see that on the front end. But in case you were wondering, the structure is something like this. And let me go to the view product. Okay. And that's it. I mean, this is a draft, but it's the same. Let's go with 4 kids. This is going to be the first one. Yeah. Like that. And like that. Yeah. And we can try the printing again, and it's going to show one file for the envelope and another file for the card. Okay, let me jump back to the presentation and open the Q&A. I may want to share again the screen, but let me read some questions. Wow, 90 chat messages. How are you doing over there? Everything seems to be under control. I think the key of this particular example I share with you today, not the card itself, but the multiple product base. If you're working with PODs, most of this will be automated, but never lose track of the idea of fulfilling somewhere else or getting the chance to reach out to other providers that they will give you all the information, all the mock-up images and everything, and you can craft your product bases as simple as we did today, have them work for you. What about the bundles you talked at the beginning, like the onesies? Okay, how will they work? Yes, exactly, pretty much the same. The thing is, you will create a product base, right? That will have all possible sizes and print files. Let's say that your bundle will offer a t-shirt, the chance for a t-shirt plus a hoodie, and a t-shirt, hoodie, and onesie, right? So you will create the version with the free print files, yeah? And that will create a template. That's all you need. Now, the trick is like this. After you have that product, okay, and that product base, you could actually select to have 3 variants. One variant will be the t-shirt, the other will be the t-shirt and onesie, and the other will be the t-shirt, onesie, hoodie, right? It's like those are the options. Or maybe you want to offer all options that you can combine them with, starting with the t-shirt. But you will create that free file product base. And when the listing is created and the template is created, you can clone that template, right? And remove one of the files, and then create, and then clone again and remove the other file. Basically, you will need to craft a bundle kind of product with as many print file, as many templates as combinations you want to offer. So if you want to offer a t-shirt, just the t-shirt, that's one template loading, and you command that in Customily really fast. If you want to add the hoodie, that's another template. And if you want to add the free products together, that's another template. Your product base should have all 3. So the biggest template is created, and then you can craft, you can clone different options for that. There's no automation to create the bundle, but using the tools we show you today, you can create something like that. It does require some crafting, but it's nothing that nothing will be that complex. It's like creating the possibilities out of the biggest one. Basically, that's it. Sounds okay. T-shirt, onesie, be all from the same print provider. Okay, then for example, to have matching colors for the 3 different products if ordered. Okay, but I think Gildan is works with one of the PODs. So in that case, I don't know if bundling will be something that you need to craft in your store and keep adding listings, other than having things working as one pack in a single product. Always, it depends entirely on how you want to proceed commercially. Okay. If you're working with PODs, like I said, then you automate things from their side by using Customily's integration. What we're trying to cover today here is how would you craft your product bases for your own fulfillment. And actually, matching the colors would be the least of the difficulties, to be honest. But it's always possible. But if you're working with PODs, the approach is different. Can you tell us about uploading from an EPS files to start? I noticed that when you're putting the size, you can start with that. Yes. Let's say you this is a tool that we use most of the time for creating templates from scratch, because we are crafting things very specifically and very guided on what we need. So if we have, let's say we have a print file that has the crop marks, it has the color guides, right? And that's a standard we have. So you can start with that EPS file instead of starting from scratch and uploading that. When you start with a base file in a template, is the one you saw when creating something from the beginning, basically that will stick to the print and not the preview. But it's possible. I mean, it depends entirely on your printing needs. But that's something you can start with in the very beginning of a template. Okay, and yes, EPS will be the file format. But it's a great advantage, so you don't have to add that. You can be a standard and you can move things around, but that will be a static element, only printable, never showing on the preview. Video about creating a bundle to t-shirt onesies, that will be interesting to watch. Okay, do note that. But it's a great idea. I mean, as we try to contemplate as many cases as possible, because there's a lot of possibilities with that, at least we can give you some tips on putting together what we talk about. In fact, we will be picking up basically when we are living today with this new concept, and then and creating with the product base created, and then it's like we are going to be adding an option for the card and envelope product without the envelope. Something like that will be kind of what we're trying to do in the case of the bundle. Right? It's like we start with all the bundle together, and then we start creating the reduced versions until we go to the main starting version of the t-shirt. But the team will be taking note of that tutorial right away. Okay, well, I was just looking at the last question. And in any case, you still have questions. Remember, we have a lot of support channels. You can reach us. We have an email. We have a live chat in the app. And we have our Facebook communities. There's a lot of people sharing tips, sharing ideas, commenting the live sessions. So keep an eye on those communities. They're very important to quickly get an example, get an answer, get some help along the way. Next week, all about t-shirts. We were talking about t-shirts. Maybe we can put the suggestion we did today about the bundling. But next week, we're going to be covering a lot about t-shirts. How can we put together designs? How can we enhance the mockups, right? Because there's a lot of things we can play with this. So it's not just the t-shirt showing there floating in space. We're going to get creative. We're going to show you great tricks so you can work also on your own products. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us to the end. Have a great time and see you next week in another live session from Customily. Thank you, Cecilia and Ezequiel, always for being with me here. It's impossible without you. So thank you all and see you next time.